Hopefully this is working.
Every Wednesday night, and there's nothing you can see that's as funny, and it's free, like the girls in Guy Ropper's Company.
Hopefully we're working here.
Good intro song.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right.
Thanks to Robert Soleil.
You're looking live at Three's Company Radio Show. I'm Mandy Jones, and I'm accompanied by
Bonnie Scalisi. We're trying to figure this out. We're obviously not at Governor's Comedy Club. We are at home. We are broadcasting from an undisclosed location.
All right, and we are looking live. That's going good. All right, guys. Yeah, so we are not tech savvy people. We are stand-up comedians, and we're supposed to be in a Governor's Comedy Club right now, but we are at my home because of the coronavirus. They have given us their Boxcast studio login and told us to be safe and do our show from home. We usually have another gentleman named Tony Landolfi with us, and we're usually accompanied by different stand-up comedians and different characters from all walks of life. But tonight it's just Bonnie and I because we are trying to flatten the curve. Everybody should be in their fucking houses.
I just can't get the... Oops.
Oh, there we go. Now,
What did I do?
all right, yeah, guys, we're just trying to get going.
I fucked it up.
Trying to get going here so that when you
There
start typing,
okay,
hey, say hi to Bonnie so she can see that.
If you're watching, could you
that
just
the
type
comments
something
are
in
working?
so we know this is working? I see us.
Yeah. So how is everybody doing tonight? Tonight it's just Bonnie and I. We were gonna have Emily Santosis, who we love and adore.
Oh, yeah, we love Emily.
April Fool's Day, which fucking sucks that she's not here, and that we all are on like this crazy lockdown right now. But as soon as we get back to normal, we'll definitely have Emily on. Because before we had Tony as a host, but we had Emily sitting in just as a guest. My mom was like, "Can we get Emily full time, like over Jim?" Like everyone loves Emily.
I remember
Emily's
that. Yes,
great.
definitely. So far, Felix is watching, and Felix, I saw that you were going to be broadcasting from your house too. I'm really excited to watch that.
Good luck, Felix. I had fucking plugged everything and then had to refigure it out this week. It's a whole fucking thing.
Oh my God! Yeah, if it wasn't for Mandy, I would not be doing it. So that's another thing that if you like Governor's Comedy Club Radio, we recommend Let's Eat Long Island, and he's going to be broadcasting from his home just the way we are.
Very nice.
He does have a son, right, Felix? Who, even if he doesn't know what he's doing, his son can help him figure it out.
Very good, very good. That's what you need. You need the
it's his son's birthday today.
Oh, very nice.
Tell Ryan happy birthday.
Very nice.
Yeah, Ryan reminds me of Alexis in that he always gives, those eyes, those rolling up eyes at his dad. Just the way Alexis does to me, Felix.
I'm just apologizing to my mom now for how nasty and mean I was as a teen. I was not happy.
Oh, we all were like that.
I was not happy.
So Kenneth is tuning in. Hi, Kenneth. I haven't seen you in a while. Kenneth is Eric Shevlin's brother from Knock 'em Dead. And so is Bruno. Hi, Bruno. Kenneth is like, hopefully that mask blocks less than 1 micron. Oh, so we're already getting
no, it is. It's a high.
You know what? Speaking of that,
the highest filter you can get on the.
Speaking of that, I'm going to start pouring some wine for Mandy and I, so that even if we are infecting each other, at least we'll be high when we do it. At least we'll be jolly. We'll be high.
And I like the snapshots from last week because the other stuff's cut out, but you could see the mug at least. Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to watch Three's Company.
Uh-oh.
Thank
you, Mandy, because if Mandy hadn't figured all this out, we would not be even broadcasting tonight.
Well, I wouldn't even be doing a podcast if it weren't for Bonnie. Bonnie and Jim Ray had the crazy idea of doing this podcast, and we're still doing it. The studio is shut down, and we have found a way to still do it from the comfort of our homes, because I think it's kind of as much as it is for the listeners. Bonnie, I think it's kind of for us at this point.
Yes. Larry Somoli is watching. Hi, Larry.
Larry.
So Felix is saying I'm doing Iron Chef COVID-19. What does that mean? It's like a cooking thing.
Is that gonna be all like craft pot stuff?
Valencia is watching, and she's like me. She doesn't know how to do the technology either. If it wasn't for Mandy, forget it. But Felix has his son, so tell Ryan happy birthday. Robin DeVito's watching. Hi, Robin. How are you?
Be nice to the other guests, Robin. No name calling on our thread today.
And Bill Hansen is watching. Hi, Bill. And we're going to of course talk about this virus, but we have other interesting things planned for later tonight. We're only on for an hour, so we have to pack everything in really quick. So we have some interesting things. Yeah, that's right, Robin. We're drinking again.
Yes.
So how about
we do on Wednesdays?
Yeah, we miss you too, Valencia. She said she misses us and we miss your shows. That every Monday when I get up early, I have been having a lot of sleeping issues. I always have sleeping issues. How about you guys? I've been going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then sleeping. Getting up just to do some stuff for my boys and going back to bed till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm like a Dracula. I feel like I'm completely my whole cycle is off. Anybody else's cycle off as far as waking up?
Yeah, I need naps. I need naps to get by because I naturally wake up pretty early, but I need naps to get by during the day.
Yeah, so Valentina's saying, now you guys are home tonight. Bravo to the girls. Yeah, thank you, Valentina.
Yes, we're home safe.
Hi, Glenn Rataro is watching.
Yeah,
hi, Glenn.
Glenn.
That's the same name as Mandy's husband.
That is my husband.
It is him?
Yeah, that's in the picture.
No, sorry, Glenn.
It's okay.
Glenn is not my Facebook friend. I'll have to Facebook friend.
All right, you guys.
I thought that was a Chinese guy.
Yeah. No,
maybe he's my Facebook friend.
That's not his real name. He has his
Facebook name. My boyfriend doesn't use his real name either. So it's an alias.
It's like how all the women are like Anna Catherine or like Jane Ashley. Everyone uses like their first and middle name, instead of their last name now.
Yeah, and if I don't text you back, it's that these gloves are kind of slippery, so I'm having trouble, pressing the buttons.
Oh, and
so
Felix says he's going to have people who don't know what to make for dinner, and he's going to have them, and he's going to give them suggestions. That's kind of cool, what you could scrounge up around these times. We've got my house is stocked, thank God, but it's like trying to figure out how to make new shit out of the same, ingredients that you've been looking at for the same days. It gets pretty boring.
Yeah, but I have been every other night for dinner, I have to admit it, going to the fast food places, because honestly I'm thinking they're going to close soon.
I know, so this is your last supper, so you got to get it.
I have the frozen foods and the cans and all that, but I figured I'm saving that, and I got the boys Checkers tonight, and I got myself some chicken wings, and then they didn't give me the friggin' sauce for the chicken wings.
Oh, bastards.
Don't you hate
Might
that?
as well not give you the fucking chicken at that point.
So
Checkers is good, though. Those fries over at Checkers.
Oh, they're amazing. So, Valencia is saying that she also has sleeping issues. Your cousin is watching, Heather.
Heather.
Hi,
what's
Heather.
going on, Heather? How you holding it down in New Jersey there? And Bruno, what's it like in New Hampshire? You guys are far enough apart that no one's coughing on each other? Yeah, guys, this is fucking crazy. Every day I'm like, it's going to be done. It's going to be done. And here we are, week number 2 in the old bunker here.
Tom Galati just started tuning in.
Oh, I think Tom. He was yelling, or not yelling, but I think he was laughing that we were mispronouncing his name.
Oh, am I still
Is it
am
Galati
I still butchering
or is it Gelati?
Speaking of butchering names, I have a little announcement I'm supposed to read, and I'm probably going to fuck up this guy's name too. So,
oh yeah, there you go.
For those of you who know Frank Fowler, he's a retired police officer, a very known, well comic on Long Island, and he says the Long Island Lockdown Backyard Comedy Show presented by Remember the Laughter and Frank Fowler, featuring an array of comedians, I'm one of them,
Nice.
all of whom will be following guidelines of safe social distancing while bringing much-needed relief from our social solitude. We may be isolated, but together we can laugh. So follow Frank Fowler's Facebook page this Friday. He said to be there at 6:30, but I doubt it's going to start at 6:30. So follow his Facebook page, follow my Facebook page. When we know more details, we'll put it on. But we're going to be doing our stand-up routines, and he's going to be feeding us burgers. But we're all going to be very safe and stay far away from each other. And even the little audience that there is going to be are going to be distanced far apart from each other. He's
cool.
a police officer, so he knows what he's doing.
There you go. Very cool. I'm sorry, what town is that in? Or is that Suffolk or Nassau?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay. Well, we'll get the details of that and we'll put that up.
He's not inviting you.
Yeah, but you guys can virtually log into it.
Yeah, we don't want
Bonnie's
too many
going to
people.
physically go in person to do her stand-up, but it's only going to be a couple of people, like she said, practicing safe social distancing.
Yeah, so a lot of people are tuning in. I'm trying to type their name, but I'm having trouble. Gina Congemi Coffin, hi. Nevin Cummings is watching.
Joan Capri Asher.
Yes.
Jinx. Hi, Heather.
Type something in so I don't have to type back. I tried.
DB
Frick, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing,
Frick
DB?
said he didn't watch the show. When I sent it to him last week, he said, "Oh, thanks for an opportunity to not watch it." And here you are,
That's the screen button.
We need those during these times, guys.
Greg Caputo, hi. How are you, Greg? Are you healing from that fight that you were in?
Oh my God.
Oh wait, I have a funny story, Greg. You're gonna like this story. It's similar to your story, but the only thing is, I don't know if this is true or not.
This could be just complete misinformation.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be different than the rest of the hour.
So this is what I heard. People keep messaging me. I'm trying to do this. Anyway, this is what I heard, Greg. It's very similar to your story. Not really, but and the fact that this guy got beaten up. But this younger man, they form lines at the supermarket 6:30 in the morning.
Like fucking psychos.
For the older people to, be able to get in the stores and not have like a lot of germs and get before everything's gone. So the store wasn't open, and they formed a nice line, social distancing them. And then this young man comes in, and he cuts the line. So the old people started hitting him. And so he runs away, and they're waiting impatiently again. And then the guy returns, and they start beating him up again. And he yells, "Would you stop it? I've got the keys. I've got to get into the grocery store to unlock it."
Oh, my God.
So I don't know if that's a true story or not, but it reminded me of what happened with Greg.
Like an urban legend
yeah, people are losing it.
You can't beat anybody in line because it might be the manager.
Oh, yeah. And then I don't know if this is true either. Maybe one of our viewers could tell us. I heard in Los Angeles, in California, someplace in California, that now they're starting to lose it and riot because of different lines, and people are starting to really lose their patience. And that's not happening around here. Everywhere I've gone, it's been very orderly. There was more fights during Hurricane Sandy that I saw about the gas.
Yeah. Well, hopefully New York, hopefully everyone will be on best behavior. I mean, I haven't seen anything too horrible. Everything that I've seen has been, unfortunately, over the internet. I haven't had any human interactions that have been too bad during this time in my little community here, but I haven't been traveling or going anywhere, so.
Well, I just want to say a couple of people tuned in. I'm like trying to get these gloves.
Yeah, guys, you try texting people with your fucking gloves on.
Oh my God.
You're not supposed to be. That's the whole thing. The phone is fucking disgusting and filthy and dirty.
It is. So,
you should throw it out.
So, Greg is saying, good to see you ladies. Good to see you, Greg. And Heather's saying that she made pasta and black beans for dinner tonight, and she has leftovers for tomorrow night.
Nice.
Nevin Cummings, thank you he was giving us a compliment. He says, you guys are great. Your studio was amazing.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed our time there. It was really cool.
Comedy show.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That was a lot of fun, guys.
So, Greg, you didn't get a mark. I saw you had bruises all over your face. Maybe I didn't see that right. D Love is watching. He normally would call in, but we don't know how to access the phone. Graz is watching. I watched his show the other day. Graz, that was really cool. He was able to get 5 or 6 people up on little blocks, so and
Oh,
they all
nice.
could talk to each other.
Oh,
That's like a technological genius.
You guys look
So-
like Hollywood squares.
Squares.
there.
That was amazing. Yeah, Teresa, I believe was in one of the squares.
Nice.
Teresa. Yeah, so I didn't get to watch it because I was with Michael, but
Oh.
I tuned in and then I was busy. Michael just tuned in. He's gonna
Tuned
be
out.
right. He's gonna be turning over to YouTube soon because his he doesn't get good reception. Hi, Michael. How are you? Now, Michael, besides cheese and Cosmos and pepperoni and tomatoes, now he brings Ben and Jerry's into the bedroom with a spoon, and he feeds me the ice cream in
Oh my
bed.
God, we're gonna have to roll you out of that bunker.
I'm gaining weight, right? You know. But then I take my boys every day for a walk, so
Right,
that's
to
how I'm
counteract
getting it off.
Fed Ben and Jerry's in bed.
So Greg is saying the guy didn't even get a chance to raise his hands. He was out cold. So I thought I saw a photo of you, Greg, with like bruises all over your
No,
face.
that was the guy.
Oh, that was the guy?
The guy was a spitting image of him. They both looked like
Oh.
Italian, just regular dudes.
Kathy Sorrentino
Look,
is a
Greg-
secretary of the school that I worked in for over 32 years.
Wow.
Kathy, you must be enjoying your time off. Oh, God bless you. I'm thinking of
No,
you
she's
guys.
probably trying to figure this shit out from her house and Skype to the kids.
And Jim Rhea is watching. I've been reading. Jim, I've been really enjoying your posts. So
Bill Hansen
keep
says you
them
girls
up.
have lovely eyes. Good one, Bill.
I'm trying to write hi, Kathy, too, in the with these gloves on. But Kathy is a saint, and she, the school secretary is like the captain of the ship of the school, and she just never lost her cool. I don't know how you did it. We had a lot of stress going on in that school, and that was under normal conditions. So thank God you guys are home and you don't have to, deal with going to school every day.
Now, being a teacher, that's something like kids sometimes want to be when they grow up. Did you always want to be a teacher when you grew up?
Oh, good question. Let me drink some wine first.
Or did you just end up in a classroom one day?
It's a weird story.
All right.
Okay, I started off. My major was advertising, art, and design. I loved art. I was great at art.
Oh, yeah, because you're a painter.
Yes, and I went to a 2-year school. I was very, believe it or not, I was a very sheltered kid, and I didn't want to go away. So I started off at Farmingdale, which was only a 2-year school, and I got all A's there, and I had to transfer to a 4-year school. So this friend of mine, who's not a friend anymore, she convinced me to go to her school, which was Buffalo University.
Okay.
So I transferred there. They accepted me. I got there, and I freaking hated that school, which is where my daughter goes now, by the way. I hated it. I hated everything about it. The people were jappy. All my friends' friends hated me. She kept trying to include me in the group, and they kept rejecting me. I was on one campus, and then my classes were on another campus that you had to take a bus to. I wasn't pushy enough to get on the bus. Make a long story short, I said to my parents, get me out of here. So they transferred me to Oneonta, and I changed my major to because my mom's like, okay, Buffalo didn't accept all your credits for art. Is there anything else you love? And I go, I love children. So then my mom was like, well, why don't you be a teacher? You could work with kids. And then that's how I became a teacher.
Oh, so you already had a lot of schooling under your belt then.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So,
and then you do general education?
Oh, yeah, and then I went back, you had 5 years to get your master's. So I went to Long Island Post University to get my master's, and I got it in special education.
Oh, okay.
And then you had to get your 30 above your master's, so I actually got that from St. John's University. They would give me student teachers for free help in your class, and they gave you free credits. So
okay.
So I did.
It's like an apprenticeship.
It's like an apprenticeship, and
Okay.
I loved having them.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Jim Ray is saying, what one thing do you both miss with the coronavirus? Good question, Jim. I miss going to open mics and seeing the comics perform. What do you miss, Jim? Oh, Jim misses a lot of things. I read his post.
Oh, I know.
He had like a whole essay
Yeah.
on the stuff that he missed. And you're right, but
All I read was that Jim has cash in his pocket, and he's got what else?
Oh, they wouldn't accept his cash at Shake Shack.
Oh, so
Shame,
he's got a
shame
ton
on
of
them.
cash at his house. That's all I heard. That's all I read. That was his big complaint.
He ordered food from Shake Shack. He went to go pick it up, and they wouldn't accept his cash, which, I deal only in cash.
Nobody wants your dirty cash. Venmo us or fucking... Yeah.
Oh, Peter from Street Fighter is watching.
Peter Varek.
I almost said his name wrong. Peter Varek. He goes, you guys never look better.
You can't see half of us.
That's an insult, Peter.
We look sterile.
Watch Street Fighter YouTube videos for now until they can get back into the scene. So, Jim, another thing I miss, Jim, you asked me what I miss from this virus. I miss going to the open mics, the comedy shows, and I miss going to see Street Fighter.
Yeah, live music, man.
I love Street Fighter.
Bonnie and I both go to see a lot of live music, and we haven't done anything in weeks.
Yeah, so go and see them on their YouTube videos for now, but they'll be back on the stage as soon as we get through this. And Greg the Flippo saying, you love children, you want mine? Oh, that is something that all the parents, I think, are really going to get a new respect for the teachers. Because all they have to do is handle their own children and teach their own children.
Yeah.
So they're seeing how hard it is with just their children. Imagine having an additional 20. I had 28 in my class at one time.
Oh my God,
They stopped giving me the student teachers after a while because the licensing changed. So they kept me in kindergarten because I had a license K through 6, and I was allowed to teach kindergarten through 6th grade. Then they changed the licensing from birth to K and from 1st grade to 6th. So the student teachers were going for their elementary license. They couldn't be student teachers in kindergarten anymore because that didn't count.
Oh, geez.
So then the whole second half of my career, no student teachers, which were, I loved having them. They were amazing. So Jim Raya is saying, Bill wants to know what we're drinking. We are drinking, can you see this? Yellowtail Chardonnay. Which the liquor stores are essential, so they didn't shut down. And Jim is saying he's still mad at him for insulting my hair. Oh, Peter.
Peter.
No fighting on this show. No fighting. Felix is saying, he has to go into Ryan's room to annoy him. It's because it's his birthday, yeah. So before you go, Felix, did you bake him a cake? Did you buy him a cake?
Oh,
I saw Teresa Farrell made her husband, Sean, I think she bought it, a cake from, I think Carvel. It looked like a Carvel cake. Ronnie Welsh is watching. Hi, Ronnie. How are you? I'm going to try to type his name up. But I have some questions we thought it would be fun to interview each other. So we're going to go back and forth. And if you guys want to share your stories with us, we'd love to hear them. So I'm going to go first, and I guess we'll
go back and forth.
We're fly by the seat kind of girls. We just kind of make it up as we go along.
This is open forum.
Okay, so my question from Mandy is, do you remember your first boyfriend and how old you were?
Yes, I do. I wasn't one of those kids at 6 years old was kissing boys. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a boyfriend till I was 15 years old, 8th grade.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was a little bit of a late bloomer, I guess you'd say. I don't know. My mom wasn't someone who really encouraged that. Some of the parents are really even with the little kids, the kindergartners, who do you like? Because you could tell kids naturally are attracted to one another and stuff, but that was never encouraged. So I didn't really, like I said, until I was when I was in 8th grade.
Well, yeah, I had pimples and I was fat, so I didn't have a boyfriend for a long time. Greg the Flippo is saying, the thing I wanted every teacher deserves at least $10,000 bonus after this is done. Thank you, Greg. That's what I'm talking about. And being a teacher is so hard, and people are like, oh, but you get the summer off. Oh, but you get a vacation. You don't understand that you need that vacation to recover from the time that you were with those children. And it's not that their children are not cute and adorable, but they need attention every second. My name, Mrs. Scalisi, in a minute, I must have heard my name 10,000 times. Mrs. Scalisi, Mrs. Scalisi, Mrs. Scalisi. And, you have to be patient. You can't lose your temper with them. You have to teach them. You have to make them do something they don't want to do. They're fighting with each other. And then the worst part was when they changed the curriculum, and they didn't want you to teach whole class anymore. They wanted you to teach in groups. So I kept saying to them, okay, I'm in with one group, and then, you have two other groups. So the group that I'm in is doing great, but the other two groups are off task. They're fooling around.
Yeah.
They're fighting. They're spitting at each other. And I would say, well, without a helper, how do you expect us to control these two other groups? And I kept getting up, and I had to, talk to that group and calm them down. And it was so much harder than doing whole class. But some genius who probably never worked with kids in their frickin' life decided that this is the way the teaching should be done. And I can talk about it now because I'm not a teacher anymore, and I'm never going back into the classroom again. It's BS, and it's hard enough to teach full class and get those kids to sit and pay attention and see what's going on. If you have different groups, you've lost half your class. That's all I have to say on the subject. And other teachers who are going through it right now, I know they agree with me. Don't say you agree with me because they'll get in trouble. Just the way we can't say certain things with comedy, you cannot agree with me. But I can say it because I'm not a teacher anymore. Sorry for that, Ram.
Oh my God, no, that's fine. Totally fine.
So Greg, I agree with you 100%. So Jim is saying, you both are having more or less sex with the coronavirus?
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm stuck at home. What do you think, Jim?
Jim, before the coronavirus has nothing to do with it, but with my boyfriend, I see him 5 out of 7 days a week. So 5 out of 7 days a week is the answer to your question.
Wow.
And I never wanted
100% of the time.
100% that we see each other.
Out.
Oh, so my boyfriend's saying, more we get to be with each other more. Yep. Because he was so sweet. He would come to these open mics with me, and then we would go back to his apartment after that. We still, but now we get to hang out and watch, Sopranos, and we have more time that we can spend together, and I just love it. I'm having the best time ever.
Well, and now you don't feel guilty for not going to mics because you can't physically go to
mics. I can't physically go. Hi, Michelle McDonald. I love your Michelle. I love your pictures.
Michelle is selling partial nudes, guys.
I love her photos.
Find her and DM her, and she will send you sexy pictures if you send her money.
Michelle has been putting these gorgeous pictures of herself
teasers
on Instagram. And, I miss seeing you, Michelle. Well, when all this is over.
Who's not gaining weight. Oh, Mandy isn't. By the way, we keep not buying sweets at my house and then getting home and being like, let's make sugar cookies or let's make it. And we're just making fucking stuff from scratch. So, still eating a ton of sweets. Can't stop me. Bonnie, you're Jewish. Did you have a bar mitzvah? Or a bat mitzvah? What do the girls have? Bat mitzvah?
The girls are supposed to have a bas mitzvah. Bas mitzvah.
Bas, supposed to. So what happened to you?
Okay, so my brother is autistic.
Okay.
And my
well, your twin brother.
No, I don't have a twin.
Oh, I thought he was your twin.
No.
Oh, I'm just thinking your kids.
My kids.
Okay,
yeah, that's my kids.
So he's a little bit older, your brother?
He's younger.
Okay.
He's my younger brother. I'm his guardian now. Mm-hmm. And when he was little, he was terrible. He was just terrible.
Okay.
And wherever we went, he made a scene.
And they didn't know much about autism or what to do or any.
Right. It was one in 10,000 births.
Yeah. So he was just okay. That's your problem now.
So when we would go to temple, he would have a fit, and we would leave, and my mother would cry. And the temple was very supportive. It's not like they said, "Don't bring your kid."
Yeah, they just felt you're being too disruptive.
Right, but she just didn't want to deal with it, so we stopped going to temple. So I never went to temple, but they did make me take Yiddish lessons, which I hated, and I can't tell you one word in Yiddish still. And you have to learn Hebrew if you want to have a bas mitzvah.
Right, because you got to read.
So I really am I know I'm Jewish and we practice the traditions, but I was never bas mitzvah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because see, I was only baptized, but I didn't do communion or confirmation. So like
And why didn't you do that?
My mom didn't make me. No, my mom, like, the Catholics, like, are very, like, oh, you could just be Catholic and not go to church and still be Catholic. Like, it's not, like, it's not very regimented. So my mom stopped going to church, and we didn't, like, my sister made her communion, but not her confirmation, I think. So that's when you're 5, you make your communion.
You asking me?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I'm half making a statement.
Michael's Catholic. You could ask Michael.
No, it's like you're 5 when you make your communion, and then you're like 14 when you make your confirmation, and you pick like a middle name and stuff. So I didn't do any of that stuff, but I was dunked in the fucking holy water, so I was baptized. That was the first one.
Oh, so Michelle wants us to know she's, you know.
She's not selling
we
them.
We knew
okay.
you were joking, Michelle.
Oh, it was a joke. Okay,
so,
donating to the Spank Bank.
Yeah.
So wait, it's not an exchange for money, so I can't get nudes from you if I give you money, Michelle?
In an attempt of making fun of those that are selling pics.
Oh no, uh-oh, those were fighting words?
Oh, boyets is my favorite word in Yiddish. Michelle, what does it mean? Right, Michelle's Jewish. I always, Michelle, there's certain
Michelle,
people.
You're an undercover Jew.
Yeah, there's certain people that I always forget are Jewish. That, you're like, I always say, I'm a Jew that doesn't look like a Jew. I think you are also a Jew
who
doesn't look like a Jew.
Like a Jew or
my boyfriend tells me really funny Jew jokes, okay? Now, these are racist, but I'm a Jew, so I can tell them.
All right.
Okay, let's see if I remember. Michael, if I screw it up.
Right.
Why do Jews... Wait. Let me think about this.
Why did the Jews cross the road?
Why do... Well, shoot. Michael, help me out. Type it in.
Oh, my God. It'll come back to you.
Why do Jewish girls have big noses? Because air is free. All right, wait, here's another one. Remember, I'm Jewish. I'm allowed to tell these jokes. 3 Jewish women went into a restaurant, and the waiter said, Is there anything that you like? I fucked that one up. He had like 10 of them in a row. He kills me. Michael's like the Jackie the Joke Man. They're not his jokes, but he remembers them. Yeah. And he could tell jokes about like any topic. So a friend of mine, Esther, put a joke on her Facebook page, and it was a joke about a Chinese restaurant, and she was just making a joke, and people went crazy on her. So I was trying to address that. It's like, just, it's a joke. It's just like, calm down. Like, I'm making fun of Jews because I'm Jewish. And honestly, I wouldn't make fun of anybody else because I'm afraid of the backlash. It's like, come on. Don Rickles used to make fun of everybody. So let's go back to the old days where we all make fun of each other and nobody gets their panties in a twist. And now I've had said that.
Well, yeah, because I think that you and I both make inappropriate jokes and off-color jokes, but you and I are both people that are like, yeah, but come at us with whatever you have.
Michelle, you converted to Judaism.
Okay, that's why you're not a Jew.
No, she is a Jew. It's actually harder to become a Jew than to be born a Jew. They make you go through hell to become a Jew. So Michael, my boyfriend, is 2nd grade for communion, he told you. Jim Rea, of course, is
there's 7 sacraments. All right, well, tell us, Jim.
Jim's the expert on the church.
I obviously don't know what they are.
As he goes to the strip clubs, he's an expert on the church. So, Ed, I'm going to try to pronounce his name. Ed Swerbonsky. I know him from my Facebook page, and I really enjoy his posts, and he enjoys mine. Okay, Jim has a Jewish joke. Why do Jewish women like their men circumcised? They like anything with 20% off. Oh, yeah, he did tell me that. Keith Murray sent me something in Messenger.
Uh-oh.
That sounds familiar, Keith Murray. Okay, my boyfriend has said, oh, gosh, I don't know if I should tell this one, Michael. This one's really bad. All right, this one's really, really bad. It's a really, really bad Jewish joke. What's the worst part about being a black Jew? They only have a seat at the back of the oven.
Oh, God.
So that's a Holocaust/Jew joke. So Ed is saying his pants fit like a glove. Whose pants? Oh, wait. Joan is saying, they're having this whole conversation here. Did you hear about the man with 5 penises? His pants fit like a glove. Okay. I think I get that.
Pretty dumb.
Squeeze the metal strip on the mask so it doesn't ride up to your eyes.
I did.
Oh, thank you, Joan. It's killing me. I feel like I can't see.
We can't breathe, Joan.
That's a little better, actually. Thank you.
Bonnie, you've been married twice. Do you think it should be illegal to get married a third time?
Oh, poor Jim. Strip clubs are closed now. All right, it's interesting you asked me that question because there's... Jim, who's that girl, Chabeline, on Facebook who was asking about love and saying, is there romance left? Chabeline? Type Chabeline Quartermain or something?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She had a post about, romance. Okay. And some guy got on and... No, actually, it was my post.
Oh, okay.
It was my post. This guy got on and said, after 2 marriages, the third time was the charm, and he's so happy. And
oh, okay.
Yeah, but who knows,
All right, so...
We'll see how that goes. Oh, Will Romero is watching. Strip clubs are closed now. Oh, so Jim is very sad about that.
It's because money is so dirty, guys. It's not right to strippers.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Will Romero, you sexy animals.
Will Romero has been using this to run. He ran 10 miles, I believe, on the beach, Will?
He was using what to run? His legs?
His legs. He ran 10 miles.
He ran using his human body, guys.
He says he misses us as sexy animals. Well, after all that running, I'm sure that you're getting really good in shape.
I don't know why Ed Stravinsky's saying "suck it, Mandy."
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ed has, I think, a crush on you because he was saying, "Let's see Mandy's legs."
Oh my God!
I put up a picture of myself in a maid's outfit that Michael took when we were having some fun, and I showed my legs, and so he said, "Now it's time to see Mandy's legs."
Well, speaking of what animals we are, Bonnie, what's your spirit animal?
What do you mean 3 strikes and you're out? What happened? Don't be mad at us. We don't mean to offend anybody. We're trying not to
3 strikes and you're out.
Jim said you should have her on. She's an extremely interesting person. I think so. I really like her posts, and I liked how she said that she has one persona on Facebook and another persona on her dating site apps.
Okay.
And she's a single girl.
Most people do.
Yeah.
What do you just don't realize? You punch it up a little bit for the...
When I was on the dating apps, I hardly put anything about myself. I think I put 2 sentences. I think I said, I'm a retired kindergarten teacher, now I do stand-up comedy. That's it. And I got like 1,000 people trying to date me.
Well, I'm sure people like the teacher thing, right? Like the...
Michael, I hope he doesn't mind that I tell him, my boyfriend, he said, Joey Cola is watching. Hi, Joey. And Bruno's saying strippers' lives matter.
Yes,
and Will Mara's saying, oh, yeah, I got to keep that immune system on its toes. That's why he's running like that. But Michael, when he was 5 years old, he said he had a kindergarten teacher that had sexy legs and would wear stockings.
Oh,
and
my God.
And he would sit in the front and try to touch her legs. So I kind of ring a bell, and it brings all that back. Michael, I'm sorry, I'm probably embarrassing you.
Oh my God! Every time Michael goes to take a picture of us, he like crouches down, and we're like,
he's a leg man.
He's like, I gotta get your legs. You're like, you're sick.
Yes, he's a leg man. He's probably not commenting because he probably switched to YouTube.
But we play along. Bonnie and I have fun.
All right, so let's get to another question. Unless you want to tell.
No, you can go.
Okay. Where did you meet your husband, Glenn?
It's funny because I actually was the manager of the men's rugby club at my college. And I got paid to be the manager. And I specifically said, I'm not going to sleep with any of these guys because I'm getting paid to do this job. And they were just all my friends. And then my second year of doing it, he came and was one of the players. And I...
So you threw that rule out the window.
Out the window and married one of the guys. But,
not only did you date him, you married him.
Yeah, but we had a really good time. And he understood that basically, like, I'm going to be friends with, like, 20 guys. Like, my freshman year of college, I went to Ireland with the rugby club. Like, it was, like, 30 guys and me and the coach all went to Ireland together. So he understood that I had friends that were guys.
Wow.
That, And comedy just kind of
Comedy
prepared
is very
me.
similar.
Yeah, comedy
It's
really
all men.
prepared me for that because
Practically.
honestly, like I would go hang out with Dan Romano and do the Dan Romano show, and it was like on a weeknight going out to hang out with this guy, and obviously Glenn knows that we're just trying to be radio personalities and make people laugh, but some spouses would definitely get uncomfortable and like
definitely.
jealous with that kind of stuff, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's totally.
We have something in common then, because when I was at Farmingdale before I transferred to Buffalo, I was the manager of the men's soccer team.
Oh.
And I would
Except soccer stuff.
I was the only girl, and I would travel on a bus with all these guys
Oh my
that
god.
were played soccer, and then they got in the bus, and boy did the bus stink.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
my
the
God.
Jersey bag.
Oh, okay. So a
That's
couple of
my
people are
heaven.
saying some things. Jennifer's watching. Jennifer Lentini, I love Jennifer. I miss her so. Oh, Jennifer, I have to get. I can't wait till everything opens back up. I miss you guys so much.
And Emily
Yes.
Santos, we wish you were here with us tonight.
Yes. So Will Romero is saying his favorite Jew joke is after Bonnie Scalisi introduces me on stage. I always say Bonnie is a real Jew. She got a picture of Jesus getting beaten on her living room. I don't remember you saying that, Will. Chablis Quarterman, that's her name. Yes, Jim, you're right. And Ed is saying, "Oh my God, Michael sounds cool. I'm a leg man too."
You guys
And then
should swap fucking pictures.
Oh, Emily Santos is watching. Hi,
Yeah.
Emily. So you were supposed to be the guest tonight. So we really miss you. So my boyfriend's saying, if Tarzan and Jane were Jewish, what would cheat be? A fur coat. I don't get it, Michael. Sometimes he has to explain his jokes to me. I don't get that one. But I don't get it. So yeah, Emily Santos was supposed to be our guest tonight, and we're very disappointed that we can't be in the studio, and we can't go to comedy clubs, and but once this is over, we're gonna go crazy, all of us, I think. We're going to go out to eat. We're going to go to comedy clubs. We're going to go see Street Fighter. We're going to go see, everything that you can do.
Yes. We're just going to put up a full calendar as soon as they let us out. I mean, I'm really hoping April 24th, Laughs in the Little Room with Terry McNeely. That would be great if that show.
We're both in that show.
If they can open up the gates and have comedy on April 24th, that would be fucking awesome.
Unfortunately, they're saying April 30th. So I don't know what's going to happen. And
We'll see.
Yeah.
We usually do the even month, so I guess that means June.
Yeah, that was supposed to be his birthday show, right?
I know.
That sucks.
Terry and Glenn, April 20th is their birthday, so April 20th is the birthday show.
Yeah.
And if the doors are open, guys, we'll keep you posted to come to that show.
So Mary Underhill is watching, and
That's
she
my
said
mom.
she told me girls were going too. Oh,
I think she means going to do the show.
I thought you meant about your boyfriends back in the past. So Will Romero says, are you ladies going to change your set in comedy after all this is over? I was actually in the middle of taking a brokerage class with Rich Walker and Peter Bales. And I only got to one class, and then this happened.
Oh, my God.
So they helped me write 3 new jokes, and I've been practicing them.
That's good. That's good.
But I'm not changing my set. I'm adding to what I like my set the way it was. I'm just adding to make it longer.
Right. I've been writing a lot of stuff down. I have my composition notebook that I'm just trying to get material in, but it's really weird because usually you have an idea and you go to a open mic and then you see if it's funny, and then if it's funny you keep adding to it. But now I'm just like, okay, this joke's kind of funny, and I'm just going to write a bunch of stuff with it, and I'm kind of hearing in my head how people may like it or not, and then I might be really awkward and for 4 minutes talk about something that's just really boring and not funny, and
so
I need humans to tell us if it's funny
we need interaction. So Emily's saying, hey babe, I was supposed to be on tonight. We just said that.
I know,
you missed it.
Emily.
We were just talking about how we missed being in the studio, and you would have been on there. Last week we would have had Joe Pontello. It really sucks.
I know, and we're trying to be responsible. Tony even thinks we're responsible now.
Exactly. But, we're kind of like sisters, and She's my younger baby
Yeah,
sister.
I know.
So.
We've already, and we didn't hug or...
Right, we don't hug each other, we don't touch each other, we got the gloves on, we got, So anyway, one more time, I just want to say that Frank Fowler, I know a lot of you watching know who he is. He's a comic and he's a retired police officer, I believe. He is having a Long Island lockdown backyard comedy show presented by The Laughter and Frank Fowler, featuring an array of comedians, I'm one of them, all of whom will be following guidelines of safe social distancing while bringing much needed relief for our social solitude. We may be isolated, but we can laugh together.
Yeah.
So watch for Frank Fowler's Facebook page for more details. It's this Friday. Watch for my Facebook page, and he's going to be having like a barbecue, but we're going to be very distant from each other. That's why it's in his backyard, out in the air. And, he's a police officer, so he knows what he's doing. So your mom is saying, Amanda, I'm talking about when you went to Ireland with the rugby team. You told me girls were going. Oh, she caught you in a lie.
I am not a liar. I am not a liar.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
No, she's
That's
totally
hilarious.
just being honest.
She has, maybe moms,
We
moms
both have
remember
different, we both have
differently.
different
Different
memories of what went on.
All right, so I have another question from Mandy.
She thought I was getting credits when I went.
Is it okay if I ask you a question?
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
Mom's listening.
So her mom is listening, but
Mom, plug your
I
ears.
asked Mandy if it was okay to ask her this because I'm very interested, and I think a lot of people are too. When did you realize that you were bisexual?
Well, it's kind of weird because I kind of, like I said, like, I grew up in like a sex negative environment where my mom was not like, because sex is like totally natural and we're animals that are attracted to each other naturally and stuff. And my mom was totally like, shut that off. People are rapists and pedophiles and everything that you think like that is weird and don't think like that at all.
My parents just didn't talk about it at all.
Right. So my mom was just like, shut that off. Don't talk about that. That's weird. So as a kid, it was kind of weird navigating around, like, thinking I was attracted to girls because I actually, like, as a little kid, not like little, but like when I was younger, around the time I was having my first boyfriend, I actually was having a first girlfriend, too, to try to figure out what I liked. And I kind of figured out that I'm someone that doesn't really care about what equipment you have. I more care about what's in your brain. And it's funny because Glenn, who's like a manly man, my husband,
Yeah.
he's also very sensitive and like we'll sit down and we'll sew things and we'll explain something to a little kid. He was a nanny for years. So like a lot of he's very feminine. So it's funny that I'm like, I have a lot of masculine traits, and then for a man, he's like has a lot of feminine, sensitive traits. So I think we meet like somewhere in the middle.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Jim Rea is saying coronavirus material. Now with the coronavirus, I had to put my hand sanitizer on my wife. Oh God. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Of course, this is Jim Rea. Everybody. I love Jim, but he used to be the co-host of this show, but he quit. So he says
The church extradited him.
The church extradited him. So he's so this is our very religious Jim Rea is saying this. Very religious.
This
Knows
is
about the
straight from the
sacraments.
Pope's mouth, guys.
Coronavirus material. Now with the coronavirus, I had to put hand sanitizer on my wife's pussy before I would fuck her.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jim.
Jim, where would you find hand sanitizer? It's like $1,000 for hand sanitizer. Now that I'm sweating and talking about sex,
Me too.
can I
I'm
get
fucking
some more of
sweating.
this?
Absolutely. I'm sweating too. I'm like, but how come I turn red and you don't? Like you
I
always
do.
you seem to maintain your cool no matter what. Mandy is always cool, and or you have the persona of being
Well,
cool.
I'm really just screaming on the inside.
Uh-oh, I dropped my straw.
I identify with chaos, and I'm just used to things being pretty crazy. So another question for you, Bonnie. What, water slides or roller coasters? Do you like any of that thrill
Oh
stuff?
my God, that's a very interesting question. I hate all that shit.
Oh,
I hate it. Oh, and that brings up something else. I got a friend request. I've been getting thousands of friend requests, and I accept very few people because I don't want to fight with people.
We already have the
So-
first 4,000 weirdos.
So anyway, I got a friend request last night from my first husband's mother.
Ooh.
And I was like...
It's weird when you get a friend request from a real person.
Yeah, I was like,
You're like, oh,
crap.
this is fucking weird.
I haven't seen him in, like, okay, so he wanted the divorce from me.
Okay.
He asked me for the divorce. I knew he was cheating, but I couldn't prove it. And he said, I want a divorce. And I remember I cried and cried and cried. And, sometimes when people dump you, it's really for the best.
Right.
You don't see it at the time. You're dying inside and you're so embarrassed. But if you realize it later when the hurt goes away, there's a reason why things didn't work out. So this friend requested me last night.
Oh my God.
His mother, he moved to
mother-in-law.
California. We never had kids or anything.
Did he ever remarry?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea. He moved away to California.
You stalk everyone and you didn't stalk him?
No. I do know that after he wanted the divorce, he kept coming to my school because I worked in the same frickin' school for 32 years. I came out the same exit every day. He kept coming like a stalker, and he would come and talk to me, and I was dating my second husband at the time.
Oh, wow.
And he kept trying to get back with me.
Isn't that funny? As soon as you're done, the person is ready now. Okay, I want you back now.
And then,
like, you broke up with me,
but
loser.
I did gain a lot of weight with him. That's the thing that happened. I lose weight, I gain weight. I lose weight, I gain weight. So
it's a control thing.
I think to fuck with him because he didn't want to be with someone who was heavy. I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah,
and then the minute we got divorced, maybe 3 months later, I lost all the weight.
Yeah, because now it's like it was for you. It wasn't for him.
Like all the stress he caused me. Oh my God, there's like all this stuff going on here. My boyfriend's going crazy, saying all kinds of things. But I forgot the question. What was the original question?
Oh, water slides or roller coasters?
Oh, so my first husband would force me to go on these roller coasters. He loved roller coasters, and I hated them. And so he would say,
"Shut up, Bonnie. Get in the car."
I mean, literally, we would go. We didn't have children, and we would go. He loved to travel, and we would go to these amusement parks, and I hated them. Like even as a kid, when I went to the smaller roller coasters with my sister, the roller coaster would go around, and I'd yell at the operator who was standing like with the "Stop this thing!" every time we went by. Stop this thing! And he was laughing. So now you're talking about the giant roller coasters from different, like the biggest ones. He forced me to go on them, and I would feel like I was dying. So to answer your question, my favorite ride is like the merry-go-round.
Okay, something stationary and safe.
But I love scary movies.
Okay.
I could watch any. I love horror movies.
Okay.
Now you answer the question.
Now, see, I think that's a totally different kind of fear. Like, I can watch scary movies, but like a scary movie I don't like to watch by myself. I don't really like scary movies. I don't like scary movies very much at all. But I could do roller coasters, and I could do water slides, but I could do water slides that are like elementary level. Like my little brother, who's like 16, will go to the one. Like, you literally, like, you just stand on the thing, and it just, like, drops below your feet, and then you're just, or he'll do, like, the 80-foot drop, the one that's just, like, straight down. Like, I won't even climb the stairs to that.
It's so freaking scary.
No.
But people love it.
But a roller coaster, you're secured in. Whereas a water slide, your body can just fly off the fucking thing.
You could really hurt yourself on those. All right, so my boyfriend's trying to tell me, what is a Jap's favorite position? Facing Bloomingdale's.
Oh my God.
Michael's Catholic, I'm Jewish, and I think these jokes are fucking hilarious.
So we just make fun of Asians.
Yeah. So Will Romero is saying, Mandy Jones, do you label yourself as bi or just like me? I tend to tell me people I like what I like, or do you choose to label yourself?
No, I think I'm just a person that likes people. I guess I married a man, so I guess I'm straight. But no, I guess by definition I'm bisexual. But no, fuck the labels, right? Really, because who cares?
Okay. My boyfriend has some more jokes.
All right.
I think he's fucking hilarious. He might not be a stand-up comic, but he's funnier than most of the people on the stage. A Japanese guy marries a Jew. They name their kid Sosumi. I love it, Michael. He goes, okay, I'm done, LOL. You should be done because I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I think it's hilarious.
Oh, my God.
Jim Reyes says, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers.
Oh, my God.
Absence
Jim.
makes the heart grow fonder. Oh, he's talking about, like, when somebody ditches you. Benny Rizzuti. I love Benny. Benny is watching. Will Romero says, ask Bonnie if she labels herself on her sexuality. I don't label myself. I just tell people I like what I like. I never.
I'm straight, sis.
I'm straight and
cis woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a label. I just, And Will Romero goes, oh, he meant that question for you, not for me. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
All right.
That's for you.
All right, well. Bonnie, do you think, now that you're seeing people, would you say you're an optimist, you're a pessimist, or are you a realist?
That's a great question. I used to trust people, right? I trust anybody until you prove that you can't be trusted.
Okay. So a lot of strikes.
Then what happened was, recently I went through an experience, I'm not going to go into it, and I realized there's some people out there who are just, you have to be careful because a lot of people take advantage of you. And if you just give your trust, they'll screw you. So now I'm the third thing you said. Now I'm trying to be a realist. My personality is I trust you until you prove not to trust you. But I'm seeing a lot of things that, I was sheltered for a long time. I was in a school with, Michael always says to me, you've been stunted. Your growth has been stunted because you've been with 5-year-olds for 32 years.
Right, and kids are pure.
Kids are pure. They tell you, if I said to a 5-year-old, let's say a girl comes up to me, he hit me, and she's crying. I go to the little boy, I'm like, did you hit her? He goes, yes.
Yeah,
because they tell the fucking truth. And you know what? People, adults, they're good liars. They tell you what you want to hear.
Right.
They stab you in the back and they tell you something else, and you're like, it's like you question, should I believe them? And I don't want to change the purity of what I had because I really trusted people, and I don't want to lose that, but I don't want to be stupid either.
Right.
And in this business, especially comedy, I'm not going to say who told me, but somebody who was very sweet said to me, he said, why did you get into comedy? And I said, to make friends.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're not going to make any friends in this business. And he goes, you'll make a few friends, very few, that will have your back, and the rest will stab you in it.
Yeah.
And
you have to do it for the jokes.
When he told me that, I was like, it was hard to hear, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I've experienced it since he said that.
Yeah. I think you need to do it for the material. Like, I honestly, people will say it's hacky, maybe, that on this show I'll say, oh, one of our friends or a famous comedian, and I'll say a joke like it's a street joke, and I'll not reinvent, but I'll restate a joke. And it's really just because I love jokes that much, and I really do. I take the people out of it, and I don't give a fuck who said it or what. If it makes people laugh, it's like Jeff and Joke, man. Just fucking say it, repeat it, get people laughing.
Yes. So Taz is tuning in, and Taz we love. Taz, I have to tell, I always say that I stole you from Joe DeVito's Facebook page. I introduced you to Gov's Radio, and everybody fucking loves Taz. Taz is an amazing artist, and she has drawn, I have some pictures that she sent to me that I'll have to show you from before that had to do with Eric from Knock 'em Dead. They're really funny, which I didn't post. But she can draw anything in seconds, and she's such an amazing talent, and I'm just so happy that she watches our show. She loves Knock 'em Dead has embraced her. All of the shows have embraced her, and she is just an amazing talent.
Yes, yeah.
She really is.
Just a joy. I mean, you post something, she either shares it or she reacts to it. constantly, so we know that her group of friends are seeing our shit that we're putting out. She's stoked for our, she watched all of Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up, the comedy contest that Bonnie and I competed in. She was, and it's just so funny, because then I see her like, oh, I'm going up against Andy Plajanos, a Long Island comedian. She's in fucking Vancouver, and she's like, oh, I'm friends with both of them. I'm like, shut your whore mouth. Like, how do you even know Andy? Like, I have a show. You don't know Andy, but she does. They watch Knock 'em Dead together, and they have a relationship, and we're on the other side of the world, and people are connecting. And I think we're kind of doubling down with the internet, with the coronavirus right now. Like, everybody's going live. Everybody's doing these Zoom parties and stuff. Everybody's trying to collect their people and connect, because we don't know if we'll ever see you guys fucking again. It's scary.
Yeah. You know what? I realized I part of my comedy act is I talk about I'm going through a midlife crisis, and when I retired, you know, I had time to, like, I was just a hamster going in a wheel.
Yeah.
Going to work every day with the 5-year-olds, coming back, taking care of my own kids,
cruise
taking
control?
care of my house.
Yeah.
And I just, when I retired, I had time to think, and I started seeing a therapist. And that's another thing, is Michael and I have time to, because we're not going to open mics, we get to watch The Sopranos together. It's about him seeing this therapist, and I can so relate, because when you see a therapist, you're trying to better yourself. And I have to say I've stopped seeing her since this virus broke out, because I have no place to put my boys, but it's just like, you're only on this earth for a certain amount of time, and you want to be happy. And if you're not happy, like, what's the purpose of your life?
Yeah.
So that started with my therapy. That's when I decided that, you know, I wasn't happy with my situation with my marriage. Other things went into it too, which I'm not going to discuss. But I can so, like, relate to Tony Soprano talking to the therapist. And it's like, you know, you have somebody, a third party, who's helping you sort out all this stuff. Because you don't know what the heck is going on. You know, you've lived your life a certain way. You have a certain way of looking at your life, like a very narrow tunnel vision way. And she's questioning you and saying, well, what about this? Well, what about that? And you're like, oh my God, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, I know. And even when you start to prepare something, like when I was going to therapy, I'm not going to therapy right now, but when I was, and I would start to think about, like, oh, something that happened that I want to tell her about and how I want to, and then you start preparing it in your head, and you're like, oh wow, like, I can't spin this. You don't want to spin it now that you're the fucking righteous just. You're like, I know I'm not right in this. Like, there's definitely, like, some self-examination that needs to go on. So you gotta, like, make sure all the right details are there, because you can really paint it that, oh, and then I don't know what happened. You just flipped out for no reason.
That's true.
I haven't been acting crazy. Like,
Absolutely.
When really then, when it's like, well, it was a reaction to this built up, long, ongoing thing, and then you broke the person down, and then they fucking snapped eventually. So even just that kind of thought, like, how am I going to prepare this for another person?
Yeah, sometimes some of my shit is so deep that I'm embarrassed to tell the therapist about it. That's how bad it is.
I know, you're like, I don't really even want to bring you into this.
Yeah,
it's been weighing me down.
All right, so Will is saying, what are you ladies missing the most from comedy right now?
Well, we miss
good question,
feedback.
Will.
We don't know if our jokes are funny. We're writing jokes and we don't know if they're funny, Will. It's really scary and sad. And honestly, I've been talking, Glenn and I talked about it, that, Bonnie, you and I really could do this like how Grouse did his, where we Skype.
Yeah.
But I think that there's something real about having a connection and
Yes.
sitting next to each other like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that there's something that would get lost in translation if we weren't sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I know that we would still be having our little conversation and we would be going in and out of all the little things that we do here, but I do think Bonnie and I sitting next to each other there is something to it.
Absolutely. And, of course, Will, what I miss about it, I love going to Stephen Perillo's mic at Ziggy's. I love...
Because he's so joyous, that Stephen Perillo. He's like, I was quarantined before it was cool. I was social distancing before it was cool.
Yeah,
no, we love you, Stephen Rockaprillo.
Yes, and Stephen's too cool to tune in live.
Yeah, and he could have been. We had 665 members, and I said, Stephen, don't you want to be the 666th member? 666 represents the devil. He is dark. He is evil. And some fucking foreigner got it. Some guy, his name is like XUIA. Yeah. So Stephen Rockaprillo, I don't know if you should be on this show because you're too cool to be part of our. It's not even a fan page because we don't have fans at this show. We only have listeners and supporters. We've said that since day one.
We always say that you make our show because we love to talk to you and like get your thoughts and your comments. You are what makes our show, and we love hearing from you. So Jim is going on. Jim has a lot to say.
Jim thinks he's fucking paying for the show still.
Jim is saying coronavirus humor. I like my girls how I like my COVID-19 and easily spread.
Oh my god!
You know, I always used to laugh at Jim's jokes, and I still laugh at them. I still think they're funny. And then he said, Bonnie makes divorce sound like an awesome orgasm. That's, you know what? I have to say, you know, honestly, you know, Jim, you are right in one regard. You go, what did you used to say? Something about your money. You don't want to part with your money. I have paid a lawyer $20,000 so far. A year later, I'm still not divorced. And, you know, it's just starting to really get on my fucking nerves. And my first divorce was easy. It went like that. We had one lawyer. We hardly had any assets, and it was very easy.
Yeah.
This is it's like a freaking war going on, and I'm just getting tired of it. So Jim is saying, wait. My boyfriend's saying, Mandy, give Bonnie the kinky freak action. What does that mean?
Oh,
what does that mean?
An optimist, a pessimist, a realist, or a freak? Or a kinky freak? Not really the same realm.
I don't know.
I think everybody knows that Bonnie's a freak.
I am a quiet freak.
Wait.
So Jim says there's a connection. You will both get coronavirus.
Oh, God.
You know what, Jim? I've been working with 5-year-olds for 32 years. I have an immune system of... Okay, I worked on this with a famous comic who helped me write this, but it never made it to my stand-up. But it's true. I have the immune system of 10 men who clean toilets at the Port Authority.
Yeah.
And the coronavirus is just a blip on the radar of what I've been exposed to over 32 years with kids coughing at me, sneezing in my eyes. One kid spit in my mouth.
Ew.
When he, you know, I was talking to him, he literally spit into my mouth. So I think I'm one of the few people who probably has a natural immunity to this, but... And then Michael, my boyfriend, saying, for a question, not just an optimist, LOL. Again, Michael, I love you, but he's very smart. I don't understand what he's talking about half the time.
We don't know what you're saying, but you're on to something,
but
Michael.
He's sexy, so it doesn't matter. And Jim is saying, oh, that's it. That's Jim. That's the quote. Why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. That's exactly right.
No, I like the quote. The quote that Jim said that I like is,
Jim, we miss you.
If you don't ask, they can't say yes. Because usually the saying is the worst they could say is no. But his saying was, if you don't ask, they can't say yes. So if you can't present the option. He was talking about us begging for money on door-to-door for sponsors, but I apply it to bigger life things. Can you believe it's 8:28, Bonnie?
I can't believe it.
Once again, guys, we're going to tell you where Frank Fela's lockdown party is. Bonnie's going to physically be there in person. I might physically be there in person. There's going to be comics, social distancing each other on camera. We'll talk to Tony Walker. Maybe we'll boxcast this thing. Maybe if I go out there, maybe we can get Gov's Radio to boxcast this thing.
That would be awesome.
So we'll figure that out, guys. We're going to figure out how it's going to be spread to you, but we will show you on our page.
I cough as I say.
I know, as Bonnie spreads the virus.
It's like it's like a thing. If you say, the virus, you just start coughing. So Frank Fala, who's an awesome police officer and a comic, he's doing the Long Island Lockdown Backyard Comedy Show on this Friday, presented by Remember the Laughter and Frank Fala. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
Fela.
Featuring an array of comedians. I'm one of them. Mandy might be one of them, whom will be following guidelines of safe social distancing while bringing much needed relief from our social solitude. We may be isolated, but together we can laugh. So look at my Facebook page for details. Look at Frank Fowler's page for details. He's giving us like barbecue food in the hamburgers. That's enough for me. I'm looking forward to it, but he's a police officer. He knows, all of the things about coronavirus. He's going to make sure that we're practicing safe distancing, including audience members. It's going to be virtual. So even if you know Frank Fowler, don't show up to his house.
Yes,
you're not invited.
Live stream it, guys. Only a couple of people will be together.
Correct. It's only the people who have been asked to be there. Otherwise, you can watch on Facebook page
from the
live.
safety
Facebook
of your
live.
bunker.
And I was given permission by governors to say this because there's no competition comedy show going on, unfortunately. But Governor's Comedy Club will reopen. Yes. When they reopen, you are going to go there and support those comics live in the little room, in the main room. And we love governors, and thank you to governors for letting us broadcast from home. And thank you to Tony Walker for helping us set it up.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for coming over and risking your life to be with me tonight. I think everyone had a good time. I had an awesome time.
I had an awesome time.
I'm going to stop streaming, and we're going to have 1 minute of live action, so we're not going to rip our masks off just yet.
And also, we've learned that when we think we're off the air, we're not.